food magic.
Howdy folks, Funkman here. Doing a little sofrito action right here. Green peppers, onions, yeah. Just so you guys know, cooking up the sofrito right now. And that's important that you get that going real good. Then we're going to add the meat part, okay? And the meat part's going to be the chorizo, Spanish sausage. And we're going to hook up some ham here in a second, okay? That's just extra virgin olive oil. The spices we're using so far are very simply Badia, complete spice, and salt and pepper. That's it. It's really not rocket science when we get ready to do the meat. We just push the veggies part up to the edges like this, and then we just grab our meat here. All right, and we're just going to drop it right in the center like that. I'm going to drop it right in the center. Let that start doing its thing. And while that's doing it, I'm going to chop up a little bit of ham and throw that in there too. Now we got the sofrito and we got the meat section going on. Oh boy, you should be here smelling this. Ha. Okay, I just did a rough chop on some ham here. This ham I'm using today, no big deal. It's basically, it's called Old Farmer's Ham. You can get it at Walmart. It's pretty close, the closest thing I found to good baked ham. Not very expensive. Chorizo is looking pretty good over here. Oh yeah. And once again, you just move that veggies off the outside edge of your pot as you're cooking. Of course, I'm using an emerald pot here, emeraldware pot, of course. They're the best. Now we're going to add this ham. And the ham, what we're going to do here is basically throw the ham in there. Nothing fancy here. Nothing fancy. And yes, some people, my wife and her family, they do like bacon in this kind of soup, but myself, I'm more traditional. Just ham, chorizo, that's all. You know, keeping it simple. You know, 4th of July, man. Our nation's birthday. Now we're going to mix this up, and I'll let you know what the next ingredient is. Okay? Okay, now that we have our meat and our veggies all working real good in here, we're going to go to our next ingredient, which is going to be chickpeas, bunzo beans. Okay, just go ahead and dump them on in. We're going to, in this case, we're going to add 5 cans. Okay, 5 cans. Everybody likes garbanzo beans, right? 5 cans. Okay, here we go. Now next, our next ingredients are going to be like 4 or 5 bay leaves. All right. Now we're going to kick it up with a little chicken. Basically what this is it's like chicken stock. Normally I would use chicken stock, but I'm going to cheat today. I'm going to go ahead and use the chicken like bouillon. Okay. And I think this is going to kick up the flavor of the soup just a little tiny bit. I'm also going to be adding as well. Sisum, okay, and that's also comes in a packet like this. That's for coloring, and it also gives flavor as well. Just a second, there'll be a few more things. Okay, folks, now the soup is starting to come together here. I've added the bouillon and the sesame, and you can see the color has changed a little bit. Got more of an orangey color to it. Okay, now we're going to add the secret ingredient, which is basically roughly chopped up cabbage. Okay, we're also going to be adding potatoes to this later too. And this pot's going to be filled right to the top. Okay, there's not going to be any room for anything else when we get through. Okay, we're just about done with everything ingredients wise. There's one more spice I'm going to tell you about too as well. Okay, there's one more spice we're going to throw in here as well. Pardon me for my lousy camera work, but I'm doing everything with one hand here. Okay, and I also add, you know, a couple tablespoons of garlic. Now, you know, some people chop it. I'm in a hurry today got a party to go to, so I'm going to throw in some garlic here, okay? You know, you've seen it in the bottle before, and it's basically just, you know, chopped garlic in either oil or water. Doesn't matter, either one. Doesn't matter, you know, you can put either one in there. And that kicks up the flavor as well. Good garlic, you know. Okay. Now we got the garlic in there, and we got the cabbage, okay? Now it's starting to take shape, okay? As rough as it looks right now, believe me when I'm telling you, this is going to be an amazingly flavorful soup. Now, the thing else is I'm going to grab here out of my cabinet here is cumin. And if you ever have a chance to, you know, open up some cumin sometime, all right, and just take a smell. Let's just go a whiff here. Oh, does that smell good? Now we're going to throw some of that in here as well. You know, cumin is amazingly flavorful, aromatic, and it's one of the main ingredients I use in all of my Latino cooking. Okay? Now we got the cumin in there. Now we're going to do a mix job. Okay, we'll be back in a few minutes. Right back. You know, everybody's got their own way of chopping potatoes up. I'm kind of old school, so, you know, I kind of like sitting here watching maybe a video on YouTube or whatever, and I just chop my own. You know, like I said, everybody's got their own style and technique, but this is the way my mama did it, and this is how I do it. I know there are a lot better styles out there, and, you know, a lot better, you know, machines that probably do it quicker. But I don't know. When I get going here, I'm pretty quick. You know, I know how to chop and get my stuff together here pretty fast. You know, and you know, Spanish bean soup is love. Is a food of love. You know, and it's like all the things that I cook. It's got love in it, and it's quite healthy. It's very fresh. Everything I put in is fresh, as you guys saw. The potatoes done. See, like we thought. And you know, we go through pretty fast. I prefer a smaller little paring knife. You know, these are actually these knives I think are. I actually had them now for going on about 10 years. You know, and just chop off the bad spots. And, just keep on going. And now we always add the potato. You always add the potatoes in last because they cook the fast. And you don't want them to break apart. You want them to be semi-firm, so when you're eating the soup, you know, you got a chunk of potato in there. You don't want it to be all mushy and stuff, right? But you want it well cooked. You just don't want it to be mushy. You want to identify that there was actually at one time a potato in that soup, not mashed potatoes. You know, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, so of course that's just the funk man style, you know. So everybody's got their own little technique. I'm sure there's people out there saying, why ain't he got no potato peeler? And I said, well, you know what? I'm just an old-fashioned kind of Cuban, and I just like to do it myself the old-fashioned way. Papas. Gotta have papas in the soup. Okay, folks. Alrighty, now it's time to add the papas. As you can see, the soup is, getting kind of fogged up there. Let me clean you up. Oh yeah, okay. And as you can see, the soup is kicking pretty good. You can see that the cabbage is pretty much kicking in there too. Now this is pretty touchy. As I told you, there ain't gonna be nothing left in this pot. And I put a kind of a small chop on these potatoes because I want them to cook pretty fast. You know, so once again we're doing this one-handed, so you guys can enjoy and see exactly what it takes to make a pot of real Spanish bean soup. Now, I'm not talking about no BS soup here. This stuff here is the real deal. It's great today, it's better tomorrow. Okay? It's great today and better tomorrow. You know the secret of a good Spanish bean soup, folks? That's the truth. If you can take a spoon, this is what my mama taught me, okay? Just a second, I got a spoon here. Gotta go over the sink here, okay? Now this is a small spoon, okay? But if you can take a spoon and you can stand it up in the soup like that, you know you got something special going on right there. That's a soup. You want a soup that eats like a meal. That's what you want. Now I want you to look at all this cabbage in here. Ooh, my word, would you just look at that. I'll tell you what I'm going to do so I don't get so much smoke. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in like this and keep it back here. That way I don't get so much haze on my lens. But you can see that this cabbage is incorporated really nicely here, and it's just going to cook down now. Now you can see you're right up to that top edge. Right up to that top edge, and you just want to bring the potatoes down into the soup. You know, just bring them on down into the soup. All right, that's all we're going to do right now. I'm just going to leave them potatoes just like that. Now we're going to cover it back up, let it come to a boil. Okay, and then we're going to turn it down to a simmer after that. Oh boy, is this going to be good. So anyway, guys, this is what we ended up with after all this work, you know, and this is called basically my kind of Spanish bean soup that I was raised with, and this is the end result here. You can see it's thickened up quite nicely, and this is why I call this food magic, because this is magical food. You eat this and great things happen. Food magic. Y'all ready to eat? Happy 4th of July.
Food magic.